I'm shutting up now.
PlayStation
of long live play where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. Why did they have me muted and unmute me? I'm your host, Delvin Cox. With me on the podcast, as always, the Platinum Princess herself, Miss Haley Nicole Miller. How you doing, Haley?
Drinking.
That is an answer. Also with us is the Lord and Savior PSVG, Lord Snurts. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. Having a decent Monday as it was, and end of the month, so it's always busy with the finance side of things at work.
That is very accurate. That is very accurate. So I guess let's start with you, Snurts. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. My aunt Eileen came into town along with her husband Neil, and Neil's from Canada, so I had a lot of apologizing to do. And Eileen's from Seattle, and they're out here unfortunately for a funeral. And really quick, they wanted to see the La Brea tar pit, so I acquiesced and went over there. And I forgot that I'm like 20 minutes away from one of the world's most famous dig site, fossil sites and I rarely go. So it's always nice when people come into town, so I have an excuse to do the touristy stuff that I usually avoid like the plague. And then other than that, it's I apologized a lot. I was very sorry. I was so sorry all the time. But John 32, absolutely. What I've been watching is Have I Got News for You with Roy Wood Jr., Amber Ruffin, and Michael Ian Black. This has been a great CNN show that it's kind of like a little game, but it involves the news, so it kind of pokes fun at stuff. And good Lord, could we use that humor? And I won't bore you more with that, but if you're into the politics stuff and the news, Have I Got News for You? It shows up on CNN and Max, and it's highly recommended. And I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, trying to get through that main story. It's starting to wear on me a little bit, but I think I'll make it through.
What level are you?
I think north of 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for anybody who hasn't played Valhalla, would anybody like to know what the level cap is at this point in time?
What is it, like 320?
No.
Higher?
Delvin, you want to take a guess?
500.
It's 535.
That's so stupid. No wonder they have so many like skills to unlock in the skill tree and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, 250 of those levels were added after launch. The level cap at launch was like 3 something, or almost 300. Huh?
Oh, it wasn't that much before.
Well, so because the leveling is weird, because every time you level up, you get 2 skill points instead of 1, right? So like you go up 2 levels every time you level.
Yeah, you get your power meter. Yeah, I have the power, and then you can go raid the higher stuff without much care. Everything is getting pretty easy and repetitive, so I just kind of want to get through it.
Well, the highest level area on the map is like Westchester. Or like Winchester or something like that.
Massachusetts?
Yeah, Massachusetts. That's right.
definitely Massachusetts.
We're invading the East Coast, and those Taxachusetts chumps.
Well, I mean,
took a turn.
To be fair, you do go to Vinland, so
yes, I was there, and they're like, guess what? All that armor and weapons you like, Don't have any of it here. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess leather and ore is different in the new world, and we got to go farming for that again before you can actually build anything to like replace the equipment you left behind. I was
So they just
very
made you leave your
annoyed.
shit behind?
They made you leave your shit behind,
it's
man.
An entire
and
story arc. I think it's like 4 or 5 missions long total, and literally, it's just like
it's not even that long.
Yeah,
you don't. All you have is a little stabby wrist thing, and you have to like buy new gear and new weapons. And don't make the mistake that I did and buy the club before you buy the bow, because you need to hunt like the animals to get more leather to unlock the other stuff. So I was running around like a chump with a club trying to whack a goddamn squirrel so I can get more leather so I could build a bow.
So you was running around with the thing that we used to like tether our car so people wouldn't steal it?
No, not the red club. That might have actually worked because I could have pulled out one part and thrown it. But it was a traditional like Native American type of like club, with like a big round ball at the end on a stick. Yeah.
Why would you pick a stick over like an actual weapon?
Because I thought it would be easier to get the bow and arrow after getting the stick, and it was not. It just took more time.
Give him the stick.
Yeah. So poor decisions there. Yeah. I was like, what's the thing?
Was a very poor decision.
Really far away. I don't want that. I want the thing that looks like a fucked up golf club. That's what I'm gonna take.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a stick like I'm a goddamn Geico caveman.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Yeah, so still going through that. It has its moments. The side missions are where it's at when it comes to the writing. Those are the ones that are kind of whimsical and one-off.
I mean,
to
be fair though, Valhalla doesn't really have side missions. They're more like world events.
Yeah, they have all those little like mystic blue dots that you have to go find, and you got you find the guy with the axe in the head, or you find Prodigy, who's
but those aren't like they're not side quests. They're literally just do this thing in this area and then boom.
And how is that different than a side quest?
Because a side quest actually, feels rewarding. None of those world events feel good at all.
Because they're called world events, nerds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
also a side quest usually lasts more than 5 minutes at most. Just to be clear, like it's usually an actual quest and not you interacting with someone, doing one small thing in the same area that you're talking to the person, and then being done with it.
Okay. All right. So we're doing layers.
Personal opinion.
We're doing layers here, I guess.
Yes, we are doing layers. I have.
You say world event. You say world event. I say side quest because
I say bullshit is what it is. Fucking hate the side quest in that game.
I say I don't care either way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Right. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Quest, Cataclysm, the world's ending. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and then I like to punch things in Streets of Rage 4 on my lunch break. That's been it's a good lunch break game because I can get a bite to eat and still have about 30 minutes to kill because I've been working from home since February. So it's been kind of nice to just go in there and play one of those survival missions or whatever they're called. Yeah. I really like how they have the randomized leveling and enemies, and they have a different one every week that's featured. So it's still going strong all these years later.
Did you play any world events on that one too?
Oh, all the world events, all the time. Yeah, those are the best part. They have the great writing and they're very whimsical.
Yes, I appreciate it.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. How about you, Haley?
I've been up to lots. Also, yes, I did re-dye my hair. It's still pink.
I was just looking at you because you're like, I've been up to lots, and you just weren't going to elaborate. Like, okay,
I'm going to elaborate, but so I know it looks red on camera. I promise you, it is bright pink. Just so we are clear.
Okay, thank you for
good to know.
Clarifying that.
I mean, I chose the pink color hair. I've been up to a lot. So, grabbed the last of the stuff from Mom's today, which is good. So
that's good.
Promptly blocked her number, so we done. And then just been hanging out, really. Been playing a lot of stuff, watching a lot of stuff.
Getting wasted.
So, huh?
Getting white chick wasted.
No, not white chick wasted. I've only been drunk twice.
That is white chick.
Hold on, maybe 3 times. I did get drunk last night.
Carry the one.
And I am drinking now. So. But okay, so what have I been watching? Reacher season 3.
Good old Reacher.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Very large, handsome man.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, big man punches things and solves problems.
Sometimes that's a good show to watch. You don't need something that's too complex and just
not at all.
Speed up stuff.
Yes,
it's so good. Also been rewatching the Vampire Diaries, but for a reason this time. My roommate wanted to watch it, and they had never seen it before. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And so it's funny because I'm sitting here like totally invested in it, and my roommate, who is my best friend, is straight up just like making jokes and like cracking jokes like as we're watching it, like making fun, which is great. So
yeah. That's how you should do those shows.
Yeah.
I feel like, because I don't want to start this tangent, because I know these are like curse words on this show. But I feel like I need to go back and watch the Arrowverse, because I didn't watch the rest of Flash because it got terrible. And then because Flash got terrible, I don't think I finished Arrow except the last episode.
I mean, Arrow finished strong though. Like Arrow, Arrow straight up like season 1, 2, really good. Season 3 is a bit of a dip. Season 4 is controversial because half the fans love it, half the fans hate it. I happen to be part of the side that like really enjoys season 4. Season 5 is spectacular. Season 6 is really good. Season 7 has a little bit of a dip because they do Snurts. I don't know if you're familiar with the leaked script for a Green Arrow movie that was going to be made.
I don't know that one.
They basically do the plot of what that leaked movie was going to be, which is the Green Arrow ends up in prison and has to escape for the first half of that season. And it's good, but it's a bit of a dip compared to like the last season.
And Cody Rhodes.
And then and then the second half of season 7 builds up to the start of like Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff like that. So, yeah, which is really good. And then season 8, which is like the final season, straight up just is really strong all the way through. And no, it's not 7 seasons too long. I could have taken 5 more seasons of it. It was really good.
I'll get back to it eventually. I've been really busy as of late. So
but you're looking for something that's kind of just like fun and mindless, like not necessarily mindless, like just easy to digest.
I've had that. Yeah. Arrow was normally my show to do that. Arrow and the Flash, because it's it's great stories that can be solved within 45 minutes and stuff like that.
I mean, we just did Mr. Burns, Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1 and 2 for my Simpsons podcast, and that was just I loved it. Like, even though I'm thinking about it because of the pod and doing more analysis than I usually do as a casual, I can still put on the Simpsons or Animaniacs or season 1 G.I. Joe or any of these other shows and just unwind, shut my brain off. And I think we all need that.
Garfield and Friends.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
So I've been watching that. Been watching a bunch of YouTube with my roommate, and then I've also been watching Logan, who is my roommate's boyfriend, play Spider-Man 2.
Thank you for clarifying that, because you took a long ass pause, and I was like, "Where is the conversation going?" Because you're like, "I've been watching Logan."
Yeah.
I didn't take a pause at all. Didn't feel like one.
Snurts.
Pause.
It's like a while. I'm like,
okay,
where is this going?
Yeah.
I've been watching him play Spider-Man 2, and it's been a great time. And so some of the stuff that I've been playing, we'll get to the big one in a second. But I started replaying Spider-Man 2 myself. Not when he's not here, because he's never played it before, right? So I don't want to spoil it for him by replaying it.
Play it right in front of him.
No.
Play it right in front of him. Make sure you get all the spoilers in there. Like all.
Yeah.
Sure every time he walks up, you play the spoiler scenes.
No,
you have all the save files ready to go. You just load them in and you're good.
To be fair to Delvin Jr.'s, facet of like, you walked into his room. That's on you, man.
That's not how that works.
Okay.
He has no room. I own the house. That's not how that works.
I disagree. Anyways, no, it's fair. I'm not going to do that. So I started doing that really just tonight after Logan went home. And then I've been playing Cult of the Lamb with my roommate, which has been a fun time. The multiplayer update that lets you play. I play as the goat. They play as the lamb. It's nice. It's a fun time. Been having a good time with that. Been playing Astrobots new levels, which, holy shit, those are challenging as hell. It's like I beat the first one and I still have 4 to go, and oh my god, they're so frustrating.
What are the new levels
good
for
way?
those who don't know? Just curious.
Pardon?
What are the new levels for those who don't know?
So, like, each of the new levels are essentially like, the time trial, like, the master challenge at the end of Astrobot, like.
I wouldn't know. My child took my copy of the game and never gave it back.
Delvin Jr., give your dad back Astrobot.
The other child.
Oh.
His sister.
Okay. Give your dad back Astrobot. Either way. So there's a level that is tied to an achievement for Astrobot that's like a master level, and you unlock like a bot by doing it. But it's like really hard, and you only get one go. Like there's no checkpoints, right? So like you still die in one hit. So you gotta make it the whole level without getting hit. That's what these levels are. But each of these is based on one of the mechanics of like similar levels, right? Like the one that I completed uses the dog, which like propels you forward, right? And the one that I was working on that I got frustrated on uses the chicken, which propels you upward, right? So I think there's one that uses maybe like the stupid gator hands where you gotta or stuff like that. So those are fun but challenging. And then the big one that I've been playing is Assassin's Creed Shadows. So
okay, how do you like it so far?
So I finished Act 1, which is when no spoilers, like I'm not spoiling anything, but like for anybody who knows, you get to play as Yasuke or Naoe in the game, right? But Act 1 is when like that's fully unlocked. Before that, it's story progression related for when you play as certain characters. Okay. So I just unlocked the ability to like freely switch between them. I'm still playing most of the game as Naoe. I just prefer her, the way she moves and how fast she is. Like while playing as her, I basically don't need to use the mount because she just runs super quick. To the point that I made a joke to someone that's like, does she got the speed force in her? Because, oh my God, a target will be like 1,600 meters away and you can just run there in like 2 minutes. Like,
that's pretty
crazy.
Cool.
Nice.
So I have a couple criticisms. Like, I'm really enjoying the game. It's really good. But there's 2 leveling systems in it.
One for each character? Or?
No, so the characters level up together, but there's 2 ways to level up. There's the actual physical level, like level 14, level 15, of which the level cap is 60, and I only know that because one of the upgrades for your little base of operations that you get to craft while playing the game is like unlocking this upgrade will allow you to upgrade your gear to level 60. and stuff like that. So, so you do that, but like the two leveling systems, I mean, is there's physical levels, and then the skills for which you unlock skill points every time you level up, or by doing specific tasks, right? The skills are gated behind knowledge, and that's the second leveling system, is you have to level up your knowledge to unlock skills at that knowledge level. And like the first level requires 8, the next one requires 10, and I can only imagine it gets higher and higher. But one of the things they changed with this game is that, as you know, when you synced viewpoints in previous Assassin's Creed games, they would litter the map marker with like all the like side activities and stuff for you to do, right?
Yes.
Yep.
They don't do that anymore. It's just a viewpoint to unlock fast travel. You don't like using the viewpoint does not put the objectives on your map. You have to like freely explore the map to find them, which sometimes it's a town or a village. Other times it's something that will actually grant you an ability, like a knowledge point or a skill point, right? So it's very interesting. But I'm not a big fan of that. I wish they would have just stuck with like one or the other, like for leveling systems. And then I also don't like that Naue does not get a range. Like they have ranged weapons, but like not in the way that Yasuke does. So
okay.
But I'm having a good time with it. And I obviously I'm going through games slower now because my roommates use the console as well, which is nice. I'm glad to have people to share with. So
okay, so
and so is the knowledge.
deal.
Sorry, is the knowledge like similar to like the abilities that they have in Valhalla? So like you get the skill tree unlocked, but then you also have to go find these books of knowledge, and then you get an ability unlocked. Is it similar to that or different?
No. So Valhalla's was different, whereas like those upgrades required you to actually find the skill in the world, right?
Yes.
Here, the skill is actually in your skill system, right? Like it's there. It's just gated behind you having a high enough knowledge level to unlock it.
So is it something where like I guess I'm thinking maybe Skyrim, where like the more you use something, the better you get at it. So like the more you use a bow, that better your bow skills get.
So like when I started the game, I had 5 skill points. Couldn't use any of them because my knowledge level wasn't high enough to use them.
Oh,
right.
Okay. So it's like a tier system then.
Yes. So and
All
activities you do in the world, like one of the side activities that you can do in the game is praying at temples. And that's literally all you do is you just pray at a temple. Like there's no combat or nothing there. You're just praying at temples, right? Well, one of those, like doing that will award you 1 knowledge point. 8 knowledge points levels you up to knowledge level 2. 10 to level 3, and so on and so forth. But each time you get to a new level, you start at 1. So you have to do 10 side activities to get to the next knowledge level to unlock skill points. To unlock skills for you to use your skill points. So it's interesting the way they chose to design it, but I'm having a fun time with it. And then, like, I got to pick and choose the games I buy. So who knows what my next new game will be, because the other game that I have paid for already is Days Gone Remastered. And hold on one second.
So one of the things that I would like Haley to talk about too is the weather effects, because I've heard that they are quite upgraded compared to your average game for Shadows, where you actually have real life weather events. You can see the snow melt, storms come and go. Because we've had like weather in games for some time now, but this seemed like a next step in that development or that kind of special effect.
So I'm obviously playing on the Pro, and I will say it is a big upgrade. Looking at the Digital Foundry comparison video, the Pro has a big upgrade. So I'm playing on performance mode because even though I could do balanced mode, I will always choose the frames over the better like graphics. But the lighting is spectacular. It's using RTGI. So ray traced gray. I forget what the GI stands for.
That's okay. It still went way over my head. I'm not, I'm not the techie person here at all.
Yes.
But the big old fancy text make the things pretty.
Yes, it does make the things pretty, and it makes light react the way that it should. Like if you open
cool.
the door,
nice.
The shadows change and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But for weather, yes, it comes and goes. Now, I have not experienced because like the seasons change over the course of the game. I have not experienced the winter season except for during flashback missions, which are like little side activities that you do.
Gotcha.
But running through the snow slows you down a little, as Naoe, you're still really fast. Haven't played as Yasuke in the snow. Like the ground gets like really dirty and muddy when it's raining. You like the thunder booms, the entire screen flashes. Not in like a way that's gonna like cause a seizure for anybody that may be perceptive to that. And you do have the option to like turn tinnitus sounds and screen shake off, which is nice.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
glad you're having fun with it. It's getting a lot of buzz, and they seem to be having decent sell numbers. But yeah.
So I saw your story, and when we get to it, I have an update for you.
Well, we'll get to it right now since we're already there.
Okay. Yeah, because Delvin's like, I'm on all these other podcasts. You know what I'm playing. You know what I'm doing. We're moving on. We're moving right along.
It ain't even that. It's just that it's been a rough day, and I have nothing to bring to the table right now. So I will just go to the news, baby.
Okay. Get some news you can use.
Exactly. Assassin's Creed Shadow has seen over 3 million players since launch, Ubisoft has announced. Haley, what is the update you want to pass to us?
As far as I'm aware, let me just double check the Discord server for Assassin's Creed, but I'm pretty sure it's up to 4 now. 4 million.
That is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, game updates.
That's in the right direction. You always hope it will increase and not go the other way, right?
Yeah. No, that's on me. My bad. Yeah, it's still 3. They haven't updated, but I think I saw somebody on Blue Sky saying it was up to 4. Hey, I might be a little tipsy. Who knows?
Well, it might be, but like right now it just seems like it's a positive input. Seems like people are getting the game at least and trying it. So hopefully the game does very well. I think Ubisoft. It's been said that Ubisoft's been in a little bit of trouble lately, so I think they need a bit of positivity out there. So it seems like it's a good game. So I would like to see this game do well.
So would I. I would be very sad if you people rag on Ubisoft all the time, but I would be very sad to see them go. So also,
to be honest, I think I have a little vested skin in it because Ubisoft, all these years of Ubisoft being around, they put a black protagonist in Assassin's Creed game as the main character, and it's not a side game like what was one called?
Oh, for Black Flag. Where you become
Freedom Cry or something like that. Assassin's Creed 4 Freedom Cry or something like that. Correct. Where you play as Adewale, but it's like DLC. Yeah.
Correct. So putting a black character as a main character in the game, and I kind of want to see it do good because maybe more companies will start.
I mean, Ubisoft's been great about that. Like Marcus from Watch Dogs 2, one of my favorite video game characters of all time, by the way. I love Marcus. Yeah. He's so good. Wrench is up there too, but, that's just the tism in me.
But, Far Cry 6 is diverse as well with the Latin angle for that story, and characters. We want that stuff. If we got enough boring white guys, we can take a back seat for a minute and let other people be in the spotlight. I always
like when companies are willing to take a chance and put other people, not only just black people, but just a diverse lineup. I don't want to keep playing at the same white dude, which I don't have a problem with playing as a white guy in a video game at all. I've been doing it my whole life.
Neither do I,
But sometimes it's good to have a fresh spin on things and add to it. And I feel like as of late, anytime you see a character of another race or sexuality as the main character, there's been this weird pushback to it.
Yeah, for the woke mob or whatnot, right? Like, it's stupid. Like, buzzwords for people, that actually want diversity in their media. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a trans person. I'd like to see other trans people on screen or in my video games or in my movies or whatnot, right? I'm okay with that. But apparently, we have to appease the crybabies who get upset because they don't have the screen for a second, and a black person who rightfully deserves the screen does.
Also, I think that it's very important that let these directors tell their stories.
Mm-hmm.
Let these people tell their stories. Whether I like it or not, it's not my call. It's just let them tell the story they want to tell, the way they want to tell the story. And if I like it, I'll check it out. If I don't, then I don't. I think that's the simple thing. I think people are getting way too much into letting people enjoy what they enjoy. I've always said, like, look, there are a lot of video games I don't enjoy. A lot of characters I don't enjoy. But if it fits somebody who likes that character, who can relate to that character, I'm all for it. I would never sit there and down a person for liking something that they like. Now I can crack jokes with my friends about certain things, but
That's different.
That's different. When it
Cracking
comes to
jokes is different, right? But like
going out of your way to insult someone because of something they're enjoying or something they got in life, I think it's corny. It's corny. So I love when they make games like Assassin's Creed Shadows and they do well because it makes other companies want to invest in and do games similar. I get a good example of that. This is not an Assassin's Creed game. What's the game that just came out? Split Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Co-op game.
Not a game for me, but it's super popular. And I'm very happy that people are finding that game and enjoying that game.
I want to play that with Logan actually, because Logan and Fawn like playing co-op games.
I keep thinking Wolverine too. Sorry, no, Logan.
I mean, he does like Marvel. So
there you go.
There you go.
But think about it too, Delvin. Like, how boring would Street Fighter 2 be if everybody looked like Ken and Guile? I mean, just good Lord. Like, what are we even doing here? You know, like the whole world is way diverse, and it should reflect that in our medians, especially with video games. Because
how would Street Fighter be without all of the stereotypes that we love?
That's what I'm saying.
It's funny, but it's true. Like, yo,
look, man, Zangief is a big, like, bear of a Russian guy. You know, E Honda's a sumo wrestler. Like, you know. Although I don't know what they're saying about Brazil with Blanca, let's not go there.
There's a couple of wild ones in there.
Did you have to date yourself by going to Street Fighter 2?
Absolutely, of course. I also just rewatched the movie.
It's literally the most stereotypical game there is.
It is very stereotypical.
Like, every character is just uniquely their country, no matter what it is. Yep. They are like stereotypically their country. DJ is just Jamaican guy.
Yeah. But yeah, it all has its place here too. Like, you know, like I was saying, it's just so dumb to get upset with it. And also, we've talked about this before. There was whole 360 PS3 era where like all the protagonists were white guys with shaved hair, and they were like
white guy number 3
with a stub face, you know, whatever, be it Star Killer or
Buzz Cut,
or even Shepherd, male Shepherd. On the covers and whatnot. So yeah, I much rather have
tomato.
Yeah. I want more than tomatoes in my salad so I can toss it.
Whoa.
How did we get to tossing salad? I have so many questions.
I just knew it would be dirty, and I know I'd get a reaction. That's
how
all.
we got there.
Yeah.
I mean, we are a garbage truck on fire, so you know. No, you know, like, I much prefer diverse stories than like, oh no, all white people in like production. Like, if I want that, I can just walk down the street.
Yeah, I heard Canada has a lot of white people.
A
little bit more as of late. A little bit more of us late.
Locally, there's far too many. So,
about to be some more.
Let me just commit some G word.
I don't know what that means.
I was literally about to say, let's commit some small amount of genocide.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
Thought
that G word.
I'm fine with that.
What G word did you think I meant?
I don't know, but I got scared.
Jeez.
I got really alarmed. Like, oh, where are we going with this? This girl has been drinking. She might say some wild shit.
Right.
And I'll get blamed for it.
I am not that kind of drunk, just to be clear. I get really flirty when drunk. So
you're not that kind of drunk
have
so far.
Did you just tell me to have another shot then?
Yes, I did.
Shot.
Again, sir, I have to work in the morning. I got to be responsible.
That's okay. I'm just getting warmed up for the bachelor party next month. I got to get into my party zone again. We also got more numbers too. Apparently, Monster Hunters Wild sold over 10 million units, so that's pretty cool too. I looks like a great game. The blonde lady who's making the weapons is very attractive of a character. I can tell you that. And I was just kind of nice to see we got a couple hits, it seems, on our hands with both the Monster Hunter Wilds and Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I appreciate my son telling me to buy it and not playing it.
What?
Oh,
Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, you should buy this game so I can play it on my PS5 too." And I said, "Okay."
Oh, one of those. Yeah.
Things like
you should buy it for yourself and then give it to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the move. Can't
it looks fun though. I've seen a couple of send him away.
I mean, is he going to college? Because he did just apply for a job. So
I don't know what he's thinking, but he better go to college. Get the fuck out of here.
I thought he was coming out to the best state in the world, California, right? Come on out, buddy. Go to college. Get some education and sunshine. That's not humid. That's not humid.
I would.
Dev, he has Chalfie. He'll be all right.
I was about to say, if he's going to college, it should not be in Florida. Just so we're clear.
No, absolutely not. I don't want him staying in Florida.
Yeah, it's good to get out there.
Yeah, there's more to it than that, but said with peace and love, that kid should get out of Florida like right now. That's all I gotta say.
Yes.
And he knows this, and this is said with love. Get out of Florida. Your dad wants you out of Florida too. Go now.
Florida's kind of ass.
Yep.
But I got a house here, so it's fine.
House is good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We also have like the Ubisoft news as well with they're spinning off Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six Siege into a separate subsidiary thanks to a 1.25 billion investment from a Chinese conglomerate, Tencent. I don't really know how I feel about this. As long as they're able to keep coming out with the games that I love, I'm all for it. Like, let's keep the Ubisoft brand alive. This doesn't seem like it's being merged with another company, which could be a little bit of a warning. But I'm also very honestly ignorant about this whole situation. So do any of you have input that is?
Yeah. So like, this isn't really actually a new entity so much as like a subsidiary of Ubisoft.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's like how do I put this? It's like you know how like Embracer bought the rights to like Middle Earth, like the Lord of the Rings for video games, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, and then split up into 3 different companies, and one of them is called Lord of the Rings and Friends, or whatever the publishing deal is called for that.
Awful name.
I don't disagree. It's fucking awful. Why? I don't know.
Lord of the Rings and Friends. You don't.
We're Lord of the Rings and Friends. We're Lord of the Rings and Friends.
I'm double checking this, but like Embracer 3 companies.
Because like Lord of the Rings and Best Buddies was taken, so they had to go with Friends.
I promise you, boy. I would never. Know who I would not buy a game from? Somebody whose company named Lord of the Rings and Friends. That shit the fuck up out of here.
That sounds like some stuff you would find like at a liquor store where it's not quite the Lord of the Rings toy you want, but it's like Lord of the Rings and Friends. Yeah. And you're like, here's Legos, here's Grimly.
Here's D'Artagnan.
Yes.
Yeah, here's D'Artagnan. Yeah.
Sorry. It's called Middle Earth Enterprises.
That sounds like an evil villain corporation.
Right? That's like what like Tolkien's worst nightmare is like they like RoboCop. like RoboCop Omnicorp company.
Okay. I know why I was thinking Middle Earth and Friends, because one of the companies that Embracer split into was Coffee Stain and Friends.
That's also
okay. All right.
They don't
fucking awful. Anyways, it's basically tax dodging, but not. It's
no, they're
like,
moving money around with their organization to make the books work.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got it.
If there's any time to do that, it's now.
Yeah, of course.
All you billionaires, get this shit off.
Yeah.
Because like
now is the time. They know. Like,
it's basically the same thing Elon Musk just did, which fuck that guy, to be clear.
Yeah, with Twitter.
But like with Twitter, where he's like, XAI bought X for $45 billion or some shit. And it's like, your Twitter AI company just bought Twitter? That seems fake, because it is. It's
AI
just tax dodging.
AI owns Twitter now, which seems appropriate.
Fuck AI. Speaking of, while we're at it, bro, Sony, what the fuck we doing with this AI Aloy? Why? Have you the message of your game is like technological corruption, and you're out here making AI copies of Aloy? Fuck off.
Yeah, that's how that works. Terminators are coming. and now I can't fucking wait. Get this shit over.
Yeah, you're like predators, aliens, terminators. Somebody please save us from ourselves.
Save us. They're gonna fucking burn us to the ground, bro.
That's a better response right
That's
now.
saving us. That's how they're gonna save us.
Hey,
yeah.
Get this shit the fuck over with. I will open the door for you. Here you go. Go. He's right over there.
Yeah. The orange one? Yes.
Some slight decapitation. Just go. Go nuts.
He's over there.
Right.
You want to be our new leader? Fine. I don't care. I don't need to be here anymore. Whatever.
Bow down to your robot overlords.
Free Skynet for everybody.
They're gonna make you do more than bowing down, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa. I don't even know what that means.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. They're gonna make you get on your knees.
I don't know about that.
And pray? They're going to pray, right?
No, they're going to make you do something else.
Calling Chris Hansen. He's giving predators.
I mean, hey, like, Chris Hansen's already had a talk with Dev, right? So.
That's true. That is
still one of the funniest intros to PSVG I've ever seen, by the way.
Yeah, we can never do that again. Drake has ruined that for everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking like a minor.
Speaking of Doomsday, there's a PlayStation Studios vault. That sounds pretty cool. They got 30 years of history reside in our tape backups, and PlayStation's building a game preservation mineshaft vault with 200 million files going back to a 1994 build of PS1 JRPG Ark the Lad. I just think this is cool. This is like the seed vault. This is just some like James Bond villainy stuff, super crazy, insane things, and preserving history. So like it just scratches a lot of itches, checks a lot of boxes. Would you all want to have access to this vault, or am I the only geek here who thinks it's neat?
A vault of like classic games.
I think it's pretty cool.
They're holding not just source code and source art, but everything that was ever related to a project we can possibly find, from documentation to audio assets and prototype information. Basically anything under the sun is what they quote in the article.
Is what we should do, Slurts. Listen here.
Okay, I'm listening.
No one's listening.
Okay, I'm leaning in.
We know this already. It's 3 of us right now. We need like 7 more people. And we stage a heist.
I like it.
This vault is presumably in California.
We have an inside guy there. His name is Dev. He won't care about any of this. But I probably can get him in. Now we need a brains guy.
Absolutely.
Donnie, because Donnie pays attention to everything.
Sure.
Okay.
Do we know someone who's really good at acrobats, like in case they have to like jump behind the scenes of the vault and like pour the door from the outside by climbing through a shaft and whatnot, but can't touch the floor.
Everybody in PSVG is out of shape.
Damn it! Yeah, we're gonna have to go. Probably
But-
we're gonna have to
Bunch of
outsource that
fat,
one.
out of shape people.
We're gonna have to outsource that
Bro,
one.
bro, they gatekeeping my surgery over 15 pounds.
Look,
No, I
look,
can't climb
look.
through a fucking air vent.
I saw D Life get tired walking one time, so, and it wasn't even very far. So
Man, sometimes I got winded the other day while carrying my laundry basket up a couple flights of stairs, and I was like, "Good Lord, I'm screwed." If anything,
Do you
bad
not have
happens.
an elevator?
No, it's like small, like little staircases on the way to the first. It was
Elevator.
not like full flights. I was trying.
Segway.
It was
He
not
needs a
good.
Segway scooter.
Okay, hold
Uh,
on.
all right,
Do you
so we're
not
gonna
have
need
an
to get-
elevator, sir?
No, I'm the first floor, and it's small stairs. But I still got winded. I felt bad. But so we're gonna have to outsource the acrobatics person who can crawl through the vents but not touch the floor when they get to the vault.
Pretty much.
Who's gonna fund all this? We're gonna need that like older. Oh, maybe Grandpa Raven could fund us, right? He'd
Yeah,
be like,
he might have some money. He might
Yeah.
have some money.
yeah. And the article says that they have they're working on staging vaults right now, one in Vegas and the other in Liverpool. So that means we can have two-parter. First we take on Vegas, then we go across the pond to Liverpool.
I like it. It's a good idea. Nothing can possibly go wrong with this.
No, not at all. Can we get somebody who does a very bad British accent throughout
Oi,
the whole
governor!
thing?
He likes me porridge.
That is fucking rank.
I just like how John Cheetah is like done all these amazing movies and you still get asked. He's like, how come you did that fucked up accent in Ocean's 11?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That is-
hold on,
It's so good.
we're speaking but the accents. Here you go.
Whoa, Haley.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So Haley can dress up as Mickey Mouse to distract the people as we
Yeah.
try to sneak into the vault.
Hold on, I can do this one better. Ruh-roh, Reggie.
That'll work.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, put Haley in a Scooby-Doo outfit.
Yeah.
quite
Well,
sure
what
that
else?
won't-
What else could go
I'm
wrong?
quite sure that won't cause any problems.
Like
for the
Zoink
community.
Scoob.
That's pretty good. Anyway, I just thought it was neat that they're trying to do this preservation stuff, and like I said, I don't know, maybe it's because I just went to a museum. I just in history, it's my thing. But I just like
mean,
that
I've
there's
been
somebody
to a
out there
museum.
working on it.
I've
You
been to
stood
a
the Declaration
museum.
of Independence while you were there.
Yeah.
Fucking, I want to watch that movie again, dude. I want to know how that movie holds up.
I actually watched it not that long ago, and it's fine. It's a it's a globe-trotting whodunit type. Let's find the adventure
It's
treasure type of deal. It's
Indiana
a lot of
Jones.
nonsense, but it's fun.
I mean, it's Nicolas Cage in like outlandish attire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nicolas
steal the
Cage,
Declaration of
Indiana Jones.
Independence.
Yeah. I watched The Rock, and then I was like, oh, I need more Nick Cage in my life. So then I ended up watching National Treasures 1 and
That's
2
usually how that works.
because they're on Disney Plus. So I actually
Why
have-
were you
watched
watching The Rock?
because it's awesome. The Rock is great. The movie The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage.
that's a good movie.
Ah,
It's a great action
Not-
movie. It still holds
Not
up.
the final boss, The Rock.
Yes, correct. There's actually, I think it was Rainbow Six who mirrored that bathroom scene where like the seals come up through the grate and they're all surrounded and whatnot.
seals.
classic.
Why are seals coming up through bathroom grates?
Yeah, there you go. It's actually a good Michael Bay movie.
It is.
It's
False. There are no good Michael Bay movies.
I challenge.
Fuck that guy.
I will say The Rock and
The
watch
Rock
The
is
Rock
the one.
and let me
No,
know
no,
if
no,
it's
no.
not good.
Bad Boys. Bad Boys. Is
Bad Boys is good too. Yeah, so he has
Bad
two. Look at that.
I mean, I watch Michael Bay movies. I'm not saying don't watch them. I just don't like him as a person.
That's probably bad.
Well, that's
Probably a
different.
terrible person. But I've come to the conclusion that most millionaires are terrible people.
I mean, yeah,
Seems to
you
be
can't.
Seems to be the trend.
Most of them.
Tell you what, millionaires, if you're out there and you're nice, come see me and take me out and buy me shit, and then I'll decide if you're cool or not.
Diddy's gonna be knocking
Crazy.
at your door.
No. What? That was
gonna-
amazing.
You're gonna have the FBI at your door in a minute. bro.
I gotta pour all that baby oil down the sink real quick. Hold on.
That's not a good
Whoa! What are you doing? Oiling up the bros?
I grease up the Scotsman.
Actually, hold on. That's a reference neither of you might get. Have any of you seen the guy who does like TikTok videos and he's like dressed up as the Joker and he's like for every day that they don't release the Diddy files, I'm gonna oil up the bros in like the Heath Ledger Joker accent.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we all have our, causes to fight for.
Yes. Oiling up the bros apparently is one of them.
Speaking of oiling up,
speaking of oiling up the bros,
new Marvel beat 'em up from TMNT Shredder Revenge devs. I could not be more excited for this, and
you and me both.
Shut up. Here's my money. Take it now. Gimme. It looks like we're going to get 7 playable players to begin with. For those who do not know, Shredder's Revenge is a ode to the old brawler with updated mechanics and is a lot of fun to play for old people like Delvin and I. And you get to play as Venom, Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Storm, Phyla-Vell, and Nova. I've never heard of the one that I probably mispronounced, but she has a giant sword, and that looks cool. It looks to be the same kind of deal where it's just awesome side-scrolling action. And if it's anything that's like the Ninja Turtles game, I am there day one and can't wait. Also, this came out during a Nintendo announcement. Am I correct in that memory?
Yes. Yeah, it was during like during the Switch 1 Direct, because the Switch 2 Direct is on Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. There was like this article where like Nintendo announces all these games coming to other platforms as well, including PS5. Nintendo, and I was like, oh, so cool.
They did a weird thing. They like said, hey, we got a Direct coming out next week, but we're gonna give you one this week as well. And it was like, and they just showed a bunch of stuff and just one of the games. It looks great. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and then if I remember correctly from what I read, there's going to be another 8 characters that are going to be coming out, probably through DLC, I would assume. Maybe a few unlocks that they'll announce later. Very similar to, I think you had to beat the game to unlock Casey Jones, for example, for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. I would assume it'd be something similar. Delvin, are there anybody that you would want to see? Because I would like to see some She-Hulk hit this game.
Black Panther.
Yep.
Iron Man, of course, is the mainstay I think people want to see in the game.
Spider-Gwen. Give me Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen would be dope.
There you go. Now, what if they did a skin where you could be different Spider people? Like Spider, you could be Miles, you could be Peter, you could be Gwen.
No, because each of the Spider people has different Spider powers.
Oh, okay. Good point. Yeah.
And also because, little fun fact for anybody, Gwen doesn't actually have powers. Gwen's powers come from a symbiote.
Okay.
So, but like a symbiote that's not sentient. It's weird. It's kind of like anti-venom in a way, but like not. Gwen had spider powers, lost them, and then just has a symbiote now. It's weird. That just mimics all of her spider powers.
Gotcha.
So, I'm trying to think who else would I like to see in this game.
There's so many characters to pick from.
Shadowcat.
Gambit would be fun.
Gambit would be cool. Deadpool.
Psylocke.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, Luke Cage. Yep. I mean, you get
Jessica Jones.
Daredevil is another easy one that would fit right in.
This is something they should have been doing a while ago. These games don't seem like they cost as much to make. And they probably do pretty well, I'm assuming, because everybody's making one now. So why not just keep making these brawlers of different these should be the new licensed games for now. If you don't want to take a chance if you don't want to take a chance on a big license, make one of these games. It's fine. The G.I. Joe game, I'm quite sure did pretty well. They should probably do a Transformers game. Yeah. A Power Rangers game. They can do a lot of things with these beat 'em up brawler side scrollers.
He-Man, Thundercats.
Bro, Lucy, what are you doing?
Yeah, and they honestly can just keep going with this kind of roster. I don't know how much room they're going to be able to have within the game, but there are so many Marvel characters that if they're able to get the licensing rights for, this could have DLC for days.
Yeah, and this is just a fun game that everybody could go along and play and have fun with. Four-player.
Sorry for the outburst. I love looking over and just randomly seeing one of the rabbits just kick their litter all over the place.
Yeah, habitual line stepper.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
I can't wait. Can't wait. All right.
Haley, do you care about any of these kind of side scroller games, or are they just for the old folks like Delvin and I?
I mean, I like the Scott Pilgrim side scroller. That one was good.
Okay.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's hard though. I've never beat it. But I think I've gotten up to the third boss in that one. The Marvel one would be fun.
Nice.
Yes,
right?
I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, PlayStation Plus monthly games. I hope more people play RoboCop because now it's going to be free if you have the subscription. I have not played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. That's a mouthful.
Sure is a mouthful.
Have any of you played the Texas Chainsaw or the Digimon game?
No, I haven't played RoboCop either, but also I've never really been into RoboCop. So
RoboCop's great. Fantastic game. I played the first Digimon game that came out, the one before this Hacker's Memory, and it was pretty good to say the least. I thought it was really good. Really good, nice looking game. I have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. For those who don't know, it's kind of like one of those type of games, like Friday the 13th, stuff like that. It's pretty good from what I played, but you got to kind of be in the mood to play a multiplayer game.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those you're like one of the survivors or the victims or whatever.
Correct.
And you're trying to dodge the big slasher, or you're the killer. Gotcha. Yeah. Those games are fun when you have the right people, but man, if you're just playing with randos, I've not had positive experiences with that.
Correct. I remember when the Friday the 13th game came out. That was a while ago now. I had so much fun playing that, running away from Jason with people and stuff like that, but it kind of felt like after a while, there's nothing much to do. You just run away from Jason, and you got to have the right people to have fun with. Feel like these games should have bot modes or something like that, so you can just kind of get the feel of it or play it offline or something like that. But still fun to play.
Yeah, even if the bots are just kind of like cannon fodder, and it makes it easier for you to escape at the very least. It's a fun when you're controlling would be better than not playing at all. It's also kind of reminiscent of when the original Left 4 Dead, when you had zombies versus humans. Some of the best times where I played that game was when the Lord of the Rings game already shipped and we couldn't bug anymore. So everybody was just kind of in the office in case something blew up. And all we would do was play multiplayer games. And we had a solid group of 8 people. And when you have like 4v4 games like that, where everybody's into it and no one's like doing the cheap stuff and they're all playing to win, it can be a really good experience. But it is just so hard to get that going. And I do, Haley, if you are ever in the mood for a solid, just RoboCop is just a solid shooter where you can play like a tanky person who just shoots people, and it has some tongue-in-cheek humor here and there. So if you're ever in the mood for something like that, you can definitely shoot them in the dick.
If you want to shoot people in the dick, Haley, this is the game.
And you can do it with 3-round burst or single shot, whatever you desire.
I've seen people like shoot people in the dick and get an achievement for it, but like, I don't know. I would probably much rather play like stuff that I'm into. I'm not like a big fan of RoboCop.
He's a cop. He's a robot. What's not to love?
A lot. I don't know. She's never interested me. Also, wow, my face is red.
Well, you have been drinking the whole episode, so there's that part.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I also haven't eaten since like 4:00, so.
Yeah, you probably.
Oh, so that is hitting you fast. Okay.
Yeah. You probably should eat something. Just saying.
Yeah.
That is the plan. I plan to make some Mr. Noodles after I shower after we're done recording.
That is not food. That's like noodles.
And now,
sir, I had waffles when I made food earlier. I made food for Logan and I after we went and grabbed the stuff from Mom's, and then I took a nap because I was drained, and then I plan to make Mr. Noodles after I shower. Is that not food or?
No, that's not enough food. That's not.
What?
It's like a lot of carbs. It's a lot of sugar.
Mr. Noodles.
Mr. Noodles is sugar?
Carbs turns to sugar.
Yep, it does.
I mean, this turns to sugar.
That turns to sugar too.
Okay, but only the alcohol turns to sugar.
That turns to alcoholism.
Is there a Mrs. Noodles?
I'm surprised when I got my Mr. Noodles reference.
Also, like the beef flavored Mr. Noodles is what I plan to make.
Beef flavored, meaning it's not real beef. It's just flavored like beef.
Yes.
I mean, it's also not real chicken when you make the chicken flavored ones. I don't know what the difference that there is. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
You actually eat real food.
What? Yeah. I mean, I could make fries, but that involves cleaning the air fryer, and also I don't feel like cleaning at potentially 11 o'clock at night. So
the air fryer's not clean now?
I mean, I used it last night to cook 5 jumbo hot dogs.
You just putting wieners in the air fryer? That's what we're doing now?
I don't have a barbecue, sir. I can't put them on the barbecue, and I wasn't going to boil hot dogs.
Why not? That's a common thing. People boil hot dogs all the time.
Yeah.
Sure, but I like my hot dogs to actually taste like they came out of a barbecue.
You don't have the air fryer filters?
What do you mean air fryer filters? What?
They're like, well, they're called liners. They're little liners that you put in the air fryer so that when you're finished, you just pull the liner out and it keeps the air fryer clean.
Sir,
I like putting a foil on a baking sheet or whatever.
Yeah, like
doesn't that shit burn?
No, the filters are made for the air fryer.
Also, let's be clear. One of the things I need to buy at this point is a mattress. So, no, I don't have air fryer liners.
You don't have a mattress?
I mean, so I do have a mattress, but we elected not to bring it here because of all the tobacco stuff in it. So, no, I don't have a mattress. Not anymore.
So tobacco stuff.
Like,
I know what? I don't even
Mom smoked in the house, and it absorbed all of that. So we don't want the animals breathing that in.
You're like the tobacco stuff, like
stuffed your mattress with cigarette butts. Is that what you're thinking, Delvin?
Just like running kilos of Newports.
Mom may as well have literally smoked in the house so much that the walls are stained yellow.
The whole mattress has Paul balls. It's the bed.
I mean, sure, why not? Also, pizza bites. No, I'm not there for pizza yet. I am working through my texture issues, though. I've had a lot of good stuff. So,
what do you mean you're not there for pizza bites? You like pizza bites?
So last time I had pizza, I threw up because it made me sick. But I've been working through my texture issues with food. So I've had tacos, which is nice. Like with actual toppings, by the way, because when I had tacos before, it was just
beef flavored tortilla.
No, tortilla, beef. That was it. But
that
made
awful.
What
are you in jail? The fuck is that?
Even in LAUSD, we got tomato and lettuce.
Prison?
Okay, hold on. Again, texture issues. But the last time we made tacos, actually we made crunch wraps. But I had lettuce, beef, cheese, which cheese was a texture thing because I'd eaten so much of it as a kid that it made me sick. But my roommate was like, "Let's just try this," and I ate it. That was fine. The only thing that wasn't fine is sour cream. That shit's gross. I'm sorry.
I'm not a big sour cream fan either. I
like sour cream, but I understand why people wouldn't like it.
Okay, hold on. I ate everything else, no issue. Ate the sour cream, immediately had to run to the bathroom and throw up. That shit's gross. I don't know how people like that.
I mean, I get why people would like it, but it's not for me. I don't like the sour cream on my tacos. I don't like it in my what's the other thing I always put it on? Nachos, baked potato. Thank you. That's the other thing.
So the thing is
all I need is butter, salt, and pepper for that baked potato. That's all I need.
Baked potatoes are good. We don't have a microwave, so I can't do baked potatoes.
You have an oven, don't
Air
you?
fryer.
What?
Lord, oven. You'd stab it with a fork. You coat it in oil and you throw it on the thing. You're done.
Air fryer.
I do have an air fryer. I don't know how to make baked potatoes in an air fryer.
Google it.
Google it.
Okay, hold on. Also, we've made like honey garlic chicken and like pasta and stuff, and it's been good.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been working through it. This is all stuff that's been textures. It's just been fun. So I've been eating like good stuff. I think I'm allowed a little Mr. Noodles as a treat.
D-Life, go eat some goddamn food.
I got.
I don't know. I could make dino nuggies. I could do that, but again, that involves cleaning the air fryer. So
that works. It's food. It's sustenance. You can eat noodles.
Dino nuggies.
Man, I'm so thankful for my upbringing.
I'm cooking pasta tomorrow night. I'm gonna make. I'm gonna fry up some ground beef and make some rotini noodles.
Could do some baked salmon and roasted asparagus.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm broke until Friday, sir. When I get my GST. Okay,
asparagus could be like a little expensive. Spinach is good. It's cheap.
I was more referring to the fish, sir. Where am I getting roasted salmon?
Well, no, you buy the salmon raw and it's on sale, but it's still more than it's still more than the.
Bro, on Friday I get $140. I don't know what to tell you. I don't get paid till the 10th.
How much does salmon cost there? 120.
Like $15, $16.
Oh, that's a lot. Out here, it's like $10 a pound. If it's like full price,
all your food is cheap, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You're paying like 98 cents for an apple. Over here,
it's like $1.30.
You said it like that's preposterous. Yeah, apple shouldn't cost that much money.
I mean, 98 cents is a lot better than what we paying for apples. Just so we're clear.
$5 an apple.
Let me get them $5 apples. Them $5 apples are fucking amazing.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, food's expensive and I hate it. But also, yeah, I gotta look for a mattress at some point. So,
man, I got Instacart delivered today, and there's always like something they screw up. And this is the second time I wanted to buy one get one free like a chicken pack, and they messed it up. So then I checked my receipt, and there's like 2 items on there that I didn't even goddamn order, nor did I receive. And then so like I returned, and then I returned all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna return this chicken too. And they're like, you can keep everything that you got, and we're sorry, and we'll get you a refund within the next 5 business days. I'm like, actually, that works out pretty good. That's good to know. So, little Snurt's advice: always check your receipt, and don't be afraid to hit the return button if you're getting something delivered on the Instacart or any other service, because odds are you keep whatever crap they gave you in the air, and then hopefully you can get whatever you wanted eventually.
Yeah. You know, like,
I don't know where that tangent came from.
I mean, it came from us talking about food, right? So like, I'm
all of a sudden I'm like spitting out advice, like something, hey,
I don't know.
Guess what,
I could also make French fries, but again, cleaning the air fryer.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of PGV Eats.
Yep. Hey man, last time we were talking about cheese sandwiches, and that blew up the Discord.
Yeah, they were mad.
Yeah.
Why? Why were they mad? I don't remember.
We don't need to rehash. No. But we do have a God of War 20th anniversary Dark Odyssey collection. That's kind of cool.
Speaking of rehashing.
Yes. I like Sony Santa Monica Studios, and I think it's neat that they always give this kind of stuff. And they had 20 fun facts for 20 years. They had a bracket of boss fights to see who would win amongst all the bosses fighting each other. I've just all enjoyed it. And if you're a fan of it, you can log on and you can get yourself a new icon as an avatar, I believe, for the PlayStation, as well as new armor, weapon skins, and that includes for your companions as well. So if you want to dress up your Kratos dolly into something new, you have the opportunity through the Dark Odyssey collection. What is Haley expecting a refill? Like, what is this? Just like
Yes.
hanging the glass. She's like, excuse me, Jeeves.
Bartender. Yeah.
Jarvis, get me a refill.
Boy, oh boy.
So any of you care that we got a new look for Kratos and Friends?
I mean, I haven't opened the game yet, but I got the notification that there's an update, so that was cool.
Okay. I agree with Stingray. I think the logo looks cool. I don't have it on my phone, but I did change it for the avatar that people will see if they're friends with me on the PlayStation. So it looks very just sick. Honestly, it's just the black and gold drop goes really well together in my opinion. And
excuse me,
cool.
sir. My icon on the PlayStation is Ellie because hell yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, before I had I think Odin like with the old one. It wasn't even
Abby. Because why
Abby.
not?
There you go.
Fuck Abby.
Here we go.
Also, Stingray, the Valhalla stuff is very good. I 100% at the achievement list for that.
Yeah, Valhalla is a lot of fun. I second that.
Still need to play the Valhalla stuff. Yeah, you should get on that because it's really good and actually has story. Like it's roguelite, but like it's definitely like story stuff.
Especially if you have played the first 3 games in the series.
Yeah,
and even some of the handhelds. To be honest, I think they reference those as well.
Also, one of the things you unlock in that mode can then be used in a playthrough of the main game.
Yes.
So,
are you excited at all, Delvin? Or are you over Ragnarok? You're done. I don't need any of this Norse shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that shit. Fuck it.
It's roguelike, so Delvin was never going to play it anyways, but...
Not even a little bit.
Gotcha.
Did you play any of Hades, sir?
Yes.
You should play Valhalla then.
No.
But it's a fun time.
Perfect. So there's been some press stuff for Doom: The Dark Ages. Apparently, it's getting well received for the little press.
I mean, it's Doom, so who doesn't want to play a game with a shotgun that fires skulls?
And a shield, that makes you feel like a really metal version of Captain America, as well as a cybernetic dragon that you can fly.
Speaking of Captain America, like Delvin, how was that movie?
Robot.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Good.
I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. I think it's getting a lot of unnecessary hate. I think the plot of it was good. I think they did a lot of things right. Yeah, I think it could be better, but it's good first run for good old Sam Wilson. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite thing about it, I haven't seen the movie, but my favorite thing is that at work today, a coworker bought some protein powder, right? Some just vanilla protein powder. I promise there's a relation to Captain America for this. I'm not like tangenting off on food again. So literally my coworker bought the protein powder and I was outside having a smoke with my roommate, right? And like we come back in, I came back in because my roommate left for the road, right? So I come back in to wait to get a ride, and he's just holding the jar of protein powder, and it's got Sam Wilson on it. And I'm like, what flavor of protein powder is that? He goes, vanilla. And I go, why does it have Captain America on it? And he goes, I don't fucking know. I don't know why it's Captain America themed. It's just vanilla protein powder. It doesn't say like special edition Captain America or anything.
I respect it. You know what he should have said?
Yeah.
Yeah, what flavors? He should have said black. He just kept moving.
I mean, would have been a good answer. Would have been slightly concerning coming from this coworker's mouth.
That would have been funny. Sometimes you gotta go for the joke. Sometimes you gotta go for the joke, unless you,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it when it comes onto the Disney Plus.
I still haven't watched Deadpool 3, so
that's unfortunate.
That's a good movie.
I also haven't watched any of Daredevil Born Again, so
that's also unfortunate.
I mean,
they actually had Daredevil in the last episode. It was good.
Wow, surprising from a show called
I'm enjoying
Daredevil.
it. I'm enjoying it, but it is.
I mean,
they like a lot of this kind of stuff. They're trying to build to something. So
I mean, they're trying to build to the literal comic arc they're adapting. Which, if anybody knows what comic arc they're adapting, hey man, I can't wait for people to get mad when it's revealed something didn't actually happen.
I will say this about it. Disney is doing a good job. No spoilers, by the way.
That's why I was vague about my comment.
Yeah, I was talking about what I was going to say. To clarify people, they're doing a good job with keeping the cost down on the show by doing certain things, by making the show more talkative than action. I think for this show it's working out very well, to say the least.
Yeah, and I personally think Kingpin is one of their best villains that they have going right now. I really liked him in Echo, and you're continuing to develop that character who's complicated and messy, which is all sorts of fun. I am enjoying it always, but if anybody is expecting a action-packed, fisticuffs every episode, they're going to be a little disappointed because they're actually taking their time and trying to develop the story and set up some plot points that will hopefully pay off by the end.
I agree.
Yeah, but I do like it. I do like it when they punchy punch.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. All right, let's get to this next story.
No, I still had something to say. Just people were talking as they came out of the room, so didn't want to be recorded. So I haven't watched any of the Marvel stuff since Endgame, really, like any of it. Which is, I don't know, I just kind of fell off of it. I've been trying to rewatch it, and then I get bored, and then I move on to rewatching the Arrowverse, because apparently I can sit through that, but not 2-hour movies. And also, I can sit through this movie uninterrupted and just go, but I can't watch a 2-hour Marvel movie. I don't fucking know. Like Kingpin is a good villain, but it's a little sad that he's being relegated to Daredevil and we're not going to see like Spider-Man face up against him, because it's really good when Spider-Man faces up against Kingpin. I will say, from what I have seen, because Marvel likes to post things on Instagram and spoil things for no fucking reason, I like what this has shown me for Punisher, which is nice.
Yeah. That's
not a spoiler, by the way. That was in pre-release material. It was well known that John Bernthal was coming back. And yeah, it'd be nice if they bring Jessica Jones and Luke Cage back as well.
I noticed you didn't say the other one.
I mean, he was boring as shit.
Iron Fist.
I watched both seasons of Iron Fist, and the entire time I wanted to shove Danny Rand in a closet and lock him there.
The actor is like, give me another fucking chance, man. I'll get better. I'm like, show me the black belt in Kung Fu, and then I'll make my decision.
I mean, how about don't cast a white guy to play a character that should be Asian?
Iron Fist has always been the white guy who's like gets crash landed there.
Iron Fist has been vaguely racist for 90 years almost. Yeah, I know. It should be an Asian guy.
Well,
that's what Shang-Chi's for.
Have you ever seen Fing Fang Foom?
Yeah, isn't that the dragon, right?
I sure have seen Fing Fang Foom, and also still racist.
Or the egg foo.
Oh, egg foo.
Still racist.
Sure. Egg foo, absolutely.
There's plenty more.
Oh yeah, there's a Popeyes episode where he's flying through space, and there's a planet that has a very stereotypical Chinese straw hat on it.
Yeah, I mean, when were the Popeye cartoons made?
And the slanted eyes is so bad. You're just like,
when were the
racism.
Popeye cartoons made?
It's so fucking.
Or my favorite Yogi Bear cartoon episode.
Yes, you and your Yogi Bear obsession.
Yogi Bear here. I don't know why I did Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry.
The Chinese bear.
Yep.
Just show up.
Yes.
And he talks in pings and pangs.
I'd like to get your picnic basket.
This is
upsetting. Yeah, it's. Oh man. Whew.
I mean, a lot of that stuff is just does not age well. But also, yes, they made the right choice at the end of spoilers for season 2 of the original Iron Fist show on Netflix. They made the better choice of having the Iron Fist actually go to Colleen. So,
well, that's because they're like, this show's ending.
I mean,
Yeah.
but also again, Colleen Wing is actually Asian and should have the Iron Fist and not a generic white guy.
It's like, hey, look here. It's not gonna matter. They are really some pieces of shit over there.
I mean,
but they are some real pieces of shit over there.
Yeah, as much as I enjoyed the Netflix show, it did feel like there was a couple good fight scenes here and there, classic scenes that will be remembered. But there's a lot of stuff in between that just kind of drags. Like that. I remember the Defenders. I'm just like, I want them to team up and punch stuff. Like, let's go. Like, I don't care.
I mean, that scene Defenders when like they're all in the office building is really fucking good. But dude,
yeah,
good. A lot of the Defenders was not good. But the Punisher show was excellent. Daredevil season 1, 2, good. Never saw season 3. But like Jessica Jones season 1, fantastic. Luke Cage season 1, fantastic. Little pissed they wasted Mahershala Ali though. That sucked.
I agree.
But like, still like wrapped up the season really nicely, right? And then like I said, Punisher was good. A lot of those Netflix shows are really good, but like some of them, Iron Fist, have a lot of boring shit in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not wrong. All right. Let's get to do we even talk about Doom the Dark Ages?
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tangented.
It tangented away, but
let's get to these Doom the Dark Ages. Y'all excited for this game?
Yes,
I am.
Very I love
so.
Doom.
Looks cool.
Yeah. Looks
not
really
too
cool.
far away from coming out, is it?
No.
It comes out May 15th. Or if you buy the super expensive edition, May 12th.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. They'll be like
The
on May
super
12th. We're not
expensive
ready.
edition.
We're not ready. I know you spent for the super expensive edition, but we're gonna need 2 more days. Well, why the fuck did I buy it?
I mean, buying the super expensive edition doesn't just get you early access, though. It also gets you the season pass. So,
Nah, fuck that, son. I'll wait the 3 days.
So for folks who haven't seen the previews for this game, they have a gun that grinds skulls to shoot little bone bullets at people. You have a shield that can have a buzzsaw blade around it that you can use both for defense, traversal, and offense. And it looks like there's going to be a parry mode. So if you're seeing like red projectiles coming your way, you better dodge out of the way. But if it's something green, that means you can knock it back at the enemy. And just the sheer scale of what I saw in the preview was fantastic. You're not going to just be a boots on the ground Doomslayer. You're going to be in the air. You're going to have giant kaiju like mechs or whatever to control or fight with. It's going to be an action-packed, metal-heavy experience, and I just hope that my old self can keep up with all the adrenaline that's going to be coursing through my veins as I slay my way to the top. It's going to be fun.
yeah, I'm excited for it, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it at launch. Like, I also want what's the game coming out in April? I want that like game with Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio in it as well.
Okay.
Claire Obscura Expedition 33 or something like that. I want that. I also would like to get Forza Horizon on PlayStation, but I gotta pick and choose stuff, right?
You still have Shadows to get through as well, so it's not like you're want for content.
Sir, do you think I finish games? I play a lot of them. Do I finish a lot of them though?
Well, you should.
Haley
Finishing games is what it's all about.
Video games.
Huh?
Haley plays some video games.
Yeah.
Yes, I play a lot of video games. Do I finish a lot of them? No. But I'm better at it than Delvin. I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate, by the way. I get to Act 3 and just start over.
Yeah, you and 80% of the player base.
That's how you do it. You get to a certain point, you're like, I'm starting back over.
It would be really interesting if I do this different subclass.
Yeah.
Nope. I play the same character every time. Resist, Dirge, Sorkadin, Paladin, Sorcerer, all the time.
All those words sound made up.
I mean, it's literally just mixing. It's mixing Sorcerer and Paladin in one sentence. So it's Sorkadin, which is you start as a Paladin, and and then you add the subclass sorcerer, and then boom, it's good. It's great. I love it.
Everything's made up.
Circuit it, and then resist Dirge, because Dirge is short form for Dark Urge, and I'm resisting the Dark Urge.
The urge.
The Dark Urge.
Yeah.
Yeah. The urge to do a little bit of ice pick lobotomy. Nope. That's an intrusive thought.
Well, that's something. Save us, Snurks.
I might be a little gone. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad because we have technical things we need your expertise on, Haley. Apparently,
good,
the PS5 stutter issue is real, and players are still begging for Sony for a fix months later, as even more extensive testing proves it. All this stuff goes way over my head, to be honest. It has to do with frame rates, but it seems like if you have very expensive TV mixed with very expensive PS5 Pro, you get shit experience. So, am I wrong with that assessment?
I mean, so that would require me to turn VRR on to see it, but I turned it off when I noticed this. So
what's the point of having all this fancy stuff if you're just turning off the tech?
Well, I mean, I turned off the tech because, like, so anybody can turn VRR on, but you need a TV capable of handling it to actually notice it.
Okay.
Because it's just part of the system's UI, like on the PS5 and on the Pro. It's one of the settings you go in for like video calibration and like VRR, and it tells you when you turn it on that like, hey, you need a TV capable of handling this. But the stutter issue is not great, and it's noticeable in a lot, and like a lot of people having issues with it have posted lengthy videos. So all the people out there that I've seen saying this isn't real, it's definitely real. I haven't experienced it because as soon as I noticed it in Spider-Man when I was, trying to get the last achievement there, which is like the New Game Plus trophy, which I still don't have because I haven't finished it. But like when I did that, I noticed it while playing on the Pro, and then I turned VR off because I was like, well, I'm turning that off till it gets fixed. And here we are months later, and it's still not fixed. The
game's radar article that I pulled this from said that like once you kind of notice these subtle stutters, it becomes really hard to not see it. And I also wonder if is this only going to be affecting a very small amount of the player base? So like, will people not really care?
I mean, no, a lot of people have TVs capable of handling VRR now, so it's probably affecting more than like a small population. I just don't know why they haven't fixed it yet. We've got a beta firmware update for the console that's out right now, but still no fix for this issue. So crazy.
I think they need to fix it as soon as possible. I'm keeping 100. If people have paid all this money for a PlayStation Pro and all this money for a TV set, they expect it to work. And
I mean, it's also like, to be clear, it's not only affecting the Pro; it's affecting the regular PS5 too.
That goes without saying. And we are now in year what, 7, 8?
Yeah, something 6, 7, something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
No, we are in year 5, bro. The console came out in 2020.
Okay.
Whatever. Year 5, we shouldn't be having these type of issues.
I mean, yep, I don't disagree. We also shouldn't be releasing games like Jedi Survivor, which was busted as hell, dude. Yeah. Like, you run through that main hub area and the game drops to like 15 frames because, we decided there had to be ray traced reflections in the water.
Yeah.
Why?
At some point in time, we have to have the games we pay for and the consoles we pay. As much as we're paying for these consoles, we expect them to work. That's not too hard to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up for the main topic here. It's just release stuff that works. It also just makes me happy that when I think to myself, like, I need to get a better TV or, I need to get a PS. But no, I'm fine with the setup that I have. It works.
Yeah.
I don't need all this extra fancy stuff that I don't really understand.
Yeah. Feels like it's becoming diminishing returns at some point. Like, all right. Looks good enough.
Yep.
How far?
Yeah.
How far do we need to get in this realism or this 4K or the 8K or whatever it is? You know, we're getting to where, like, as long as it runs, I'm leaning more to what Dev and Donnie said. Like, you know, maybe frame rate's kind of more important. Let's get that frame rate good. We'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Make it as smooth as possible. I mean, you know, like you and I are excited about all this thing. We're excited about a side scroller, you know, Marvel game.
Yeah.
You know, we're not looking for the most realistic looking eyeball or the snowfall to be just like the most immaculate thing you've ever seen. We're looking for solid gameplay that's fun and addictive.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? You ladies,
Nothing from me on
anything
this.
else about this? All right, let's get to these questions.
Sure.
All right, I got it. The first one from Eddie Varnell, Eddie V. He asked, "Do you think any game on PS5 or with the Pro can give Hellblade 2 a run for its money with the graphics? Can Ghost of Yotei heighten the bar?" That's a good question.
Sir, I don't know how to tell you this, but Hellblade 2 is not the pinnacle of graphics.
It's very nice looking.
It looks
very
great.
Close.
It's a shame it's not that great of a game though. It's a real shame. But
I think it's very good. Hellblade 2.
You want games that are graphical perfection. They don't exist. And
he
also
say perfection. He just says what's going to heighten the bar.
I'm being facetious. I just like using fancy words.
Okay.
This woman is intoxicated.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No. I think a game that, to quote unquote, gives it a run for its money is like fucking Uncharted 4 is up there, dude. Like a lot of that stuff is good, but like
I can't wait to see Hellblade 2 on a PS5 Pro.
I mean, it's gonna fucking happen, bro.
It's gonna look way better on a Pro.
Okay, so I also thought Hellblade was a little of an odd choice, but Donnie speaks so highly of it, and I know
it does look amazing. Hellblade looks amazing.
It looks great. Like I'm not shitting on the graphics of Hellblade. Hellblade looks great. I just would not call it like the highest end of graphical design. I would not call it that.
Donnie has said several times that Hellblade, and I agree, Hellblade looks so good. Sometimes you can't tell where the game is starting and the cutscene is ending.
Yeah, they blend it very well. That's awesome.
There's a couple games like that now that are like that high of graphical fidelity.
Indiana Jones is really good.
Spider-Man 2 was like that as well. You really couldn't tell, right?
Yeah, they were pretty good about blending in the cutscenes to when the action begins. I don't know. So obviously, we're going to have certain titles that always want to like heighten the bar. They always want to go that extra level. And, you know, if AC Shadows is any clue, we're at least going to get, I would have maybe improved weather effects with Yotei. And you would hope that at least every, you know, few games, it doesn't have to be all the games, but there's always like one or two that like push the limits. Like I'm thinking of like Crisis of Old and stuff like that. There's always those games that are going to be like apparently the pinnacle of what graphics can do for the current generation. And considering we're only 5 years into this life cycle, hopefully the best is yet to come, because now the developers are a little bit more familiar with the process, the systems, they learn more tricks of the trade. I would assume we're going to continue to see gradual improvements. And I'm very, very curious to see what GTA 6 brings to the table.
Yeah, I don't think GTA 6 will be a pinnacle either, only because comparing Hellblade to GTA is a bit of a misnomer anyways, because GTA is an open world game, whereas Hellblade is more linear, right? So,
but focus less on the Hellblade comparison and like what game is going to level up like the graphics, the atmosphere, the experience. I'm curious what kind of weather effects we're going to get in Grand Theft Auto 6.
I have.
You know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, if we have something like Red Dead, right, with those amazing lightning and storms that come in for that one. I mean, I've gotten hit by lightning playing Red Dead Redemption 2. That's amazing.
As you've seen many times when I play Red Dead, I fucking straight up just like will go hunting pelts and then get knocked down a fucking cliff. So,
I think the game that's gonna like really test the visual fidelity is something we already know. It's gonna be Forza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of like the racing games.
Forza looks good too. A lot of the racing games like set the bar.
Yeah, Forza is gonna look amazing on the PS5 Pro. I keep saying these Xbox games because you know they're giving us the games and it's gonna look really good on the PS5 Pro.
We'll see the Master Chiefs and his Master Cheeks before you know it.
I mean, hey, if you want to see Master Cheeks, just watch the Halo show.
That was the reference.
All right, let's get to the next question from Donnie. We gotta give us a bunch, so I'll ask the first one first. How does the crew feel about the certain pop-up of PlayStation IPO on Switch?
Rad.
I feel fine. I have always said, let games go everywhere. More people playing, like, you know.
I think it's good.
I am not one to care about exclusives.
Yep, I'm all for it.
Keep bringing them.
Yeah.
As long as it makes sense. That's not my whole thing. But as long as it makes sense for the game and everything about it, because I know that the games have a big, you know. I guess what I mean to say is like, you know, like I think the strategy PlayStation does with PC is very good. Like, hey, here's this big game that we got, this big tentpole game. Like, let's use Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 came out, got this big push, probably big push too.
Big push.
This big push when it initially came out on PS5, and then a year later, it got another big push and probably another gang of sales on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So they can manage to do that same thing with Switch. That'd be great. Get a big initial push when the first game comes out, then get a whole other push for PC, then a whole other push for Switch.
Sounds good to me. And also, wouldn't you think that the word of mouth? So you have a friend who forgets that they wanted to play Spider-Man and they have a PlayStation, but then their friend gets it on PC and they're like, "Oh man, Spider-Man's great. Have you played it?" Like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that game." And then it's on sale, so maybe you're more likely to buy it anyway on the original. And then if you can just extend that kind of life cycle and have another thing that comes out. Also, with Switch being more of a handheld, you know, I don't think that conflicts as much because you could potentially have somebody who already owns both consoles. And so, like, if they really like a game and they want it on the go, maybe they'll get it with their Switch. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah. Instead of maybe they don't want a Steam Deck.
Correct.
Get that Patapon on Switch. Get that fucking sound shapes on Switch. Get all of it over there. What can run, because you know some things just won't run on the Nintendo Switch. So,
well, let me get to this next question that Donnie asked: is PlayStation testing the water for more support, or is just making a quick buck, dusting off old stuff they're not using? Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
I mean,
it's both.
I mean that's a quick answer is yes, but like genuinely, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. So they're dusting off old IP so that the trademark doesn't expire, which is why at some point they will probably release like an actual copy of like Infamous, on like that'll natively run on consoles and stuff like that. They will do that for almost all of it because at some point the trademark will expire if they don't publish something new with it, because that's how that works. And the other thing is they are testing the waters for more support. Will they expand that to Xbox? Who knows? But at this point, like probably not. But the industry is heading towards like an exclusive-less area, right? So,
all right. Next question from Donnie: do you think they regret closing Japan studios?
No, absolutely not. The game, like the studio, Japan studio was beloved, but Japan studio never made money. Nobody bought the games like from it. Like it's beloved by a small audience, but not enough to have made an actual profit. Which unfortunately, these companies, again, we've said it time and time again, these companies don't care about you. They're not your friends. They're just here to make money.
Yeah, my note is literally money-wise, no. Not at all. So.
And also, again, a lot of the staff from Japan Studio was merged into Team Asobi. So, like, you're still getting, basically, Japan Studios games. It's just they're under Asobi now, and they're making Astrobot. So
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Sackboy does sound ripe, though, to get ahead of the next question. Sackboy does sound great for Switch, doesn't it? I mean, platform.
Man, it's such a shame they turned off the servers for Little Big Planet, right? Like, that would have been a good thing to put over on Switch. It's just Little Big Planet, and
well, they'll figure out.
Yeah.
Sackboy's Big Adventure, probably.
Something. It seems.
I
mean, I don't have too much experience with the Switch. I've never owned it. Like the last Nintendo console I had was an N64. But I would think that there is plenty of old IP out there that would fit the family-friendly Switch, and actually might even get PlayStation fans more interested into Nintendo products if they're itching to play those old classic games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the last question from Donnie. What PlayStation IP makes the most sense on Switch 2?
I mean, Little Big Planet would be good over there.
Parappa the Rapper.
Ratchet would be good over there. Sly Cooper maybe.
Sly Cooper.
Spyro's not PlayStation though. Like it never was.
Not?
It was never. It was never owned by PlayStation.
Same thing associated with PlayStation though.
It's associated in memory with PlayStation, but like Sony never owned the IP. Same thing with Crash. They never owned it either. Crash was Activision. So.
Oh, okay. So we're more likely to get a Crash game on Xbox than you are.
If you're
gonna do that. But I'm thinking old family-friendly stuff, and maybe like I don't know, maybe an Infamous or something like that for the adults or teens.
The Last of Us.
You think so?
On Switch?
Yes, on Switch 2. This is Switch 2. This is not Switch 1. This is Switch 2.
So it'll be powerful enough to run that, basically.
Yes. And considering how PlayStation is going out promoting The Last of Us and the TV show and all these things, what better way to promote The Last of Us than have it on Switch as well?
I mean, okay, hold on. What the hell is your son referencing? Call me Lauryn Hill the way I showed up late? What?
Because Lauryn Hill shows up late and everything.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Cool. Hi, Delvin Jr. Hope you're doing well. And yes, that's fair. Crash was Universal first and then Activision. But either way, the license is owned by Xbox now. So
that's interesting, though. I didn't think of the marketing with Last of Us. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, so like if you've seen the articles popping up about a new physical edition of The Last of Us popping up, and people are like, hey, there should be a law to prevent this game re-releasing again. I'm like, it's not a re-release. They're just bundling the two remasters together.
Why should there be a law?
I don't fucking know. People on social media just be weird and upset that a game gets re-released. So
buy the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's all. Who cares? Don't buy it.
If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah. I say shit all the time. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not buying that. That's exactly what I say. That's stupid. I'm not buying that. I just keep it moving.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a big segment of this whole network is like, I'm not into that.
All right. Let's get to these other questions. We got a question from Jackie G. They ask, with PlayStation's licensing out Freedom Wars, Patapom, everybody's go off the Nintendo platform. What smaller PS IP would you like to see realistically see ported or have a new entry on Switch? We touched on this a little bit more, But is there any other smaller, particularly PS IPs you want to see on Switch?
I mean, Fat Princess. If they brought that back, that'd be good.
Journey, be a good one.
Journey would be good. Flower, maybe. Yeah. A lot of that stuff would be good over there. I mean, yeah, you could do Loco Roco. You could maybe port the older Uncharted games. Those would be fun. It's not a small IP, but the older Uncharted games would definitely run. And I assume it could maybe run on the Switch too, because it is like PS4, which is where it released first, right? So,
yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I don't really know the smaller PS IPs and joining at the PS4.
I have a wild one, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Dreams.
I don't know. What is that one?
So that was made by the studio that made Little Big Planet after Little Big Planet. It was Media Molecule, and it's a game that had a lot of controversy because it was basically like you buy it and then you create what you want other people to play. Yeah. But a lot of people just started like putting like Mario in it or Halo in it, or hey, we're gonna do 9/11 jokes in it. Which, hey, I will freely admit, I laugh at 9/11 jokes. They're great. But Sony, on the other hand, big multimedia, like billion-dollar corporation, is not laughing at 9/11 jokes that are being put into this game they bought out, like they made and sold to customers. So people would play 9/11 jokes, or it would be a bunch of SpongeBob memes that people made, or like Halo and stuff like that. So it got into controversy, and then they kind of like shut it down. I think the servers are still up, but like no new updates to the game or anything. So
Dreams is over.
Yeah,
Dreams is a game that would be really cool on like a Switch console, so they can like figure out how to get that game on there working like a Mario Maker type game. I think it'll work really well on there. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Our last question from the Honorable Judge Rude. Here we go. Just because we're on the eve of April Fools, what are some gaming news that you remember that made you think, is this an April Fool's joke? Oh, I got one. Xbox buying Activision.
Oh, you thought that was an April Fool's joke?
Like, this can't be. I did look at it like, this can't be. Get the fuck out of here. What? This doesn't make any sense. It was real. It was 100% real.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. I think my favorite was like, so like, hold on, just so I understand the question, like something that was real but made you think it was April Fool's.
Yes. I'm like, this can't be real.
The Razer face mask for COVID.
Let me look at this.
Razer face mask, like the Razer, like the controller company.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Oh, it's so shiny.
And it has RGB lighting.
Oh,
why?
Cool. So, like when you're out late at night, you can cross the road in safety.
I mean, this was made for the COVID-19 pandemic, and I thought it was an April Fool's joke. It was not.
That should have been an April Fool's joke.
Crazy.
That is, in fact, the mask.
Crazy. I was crazy once.
I feel like that's something I would see at a rave.
Looks like something like a video game character, so I get it.
Like a cyberpunk character, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really have one. I'm trying to think because I don't really pay attention to the April Fool's nonsense.
Yeah, but it has to be April Fool's.
I know. Something that I thought
like an actual news story that, like, when you hear it, it sounds like April Fool's. I am so curious what's going to happen when I stand up off the floor, by the way.
Brace yourself. I guess I I'll just. This is a cheap answer, so I apologize for not doing my homework. But Halo on some PlayStation. You know,
I mean,
when you first hear it, you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, "This has to be a joke, right?" Like they're not giving up like that. And like, yeah, no, they are. I mean, not giving up. I mean, but they're moving on, for sure. So maybe that's one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something where I was like, "Oh, that is just so ridiculous. It has to be a joke." And I don't know. Maybe it's just 2025 in a nutshell so far. But my brain is so racked and rattled with the shit that should not be that maybe I'm having a hard time coming up there with other examples. But good question though.
Yeah.
I have another one. And
Okay.
it's part of the Xbox by Activision thing. Sony's responses to Xbox trying to buy Activision, when they're like, when they were in court talking about something, it's gonna do harm to gamers and all this stuff, and they were putting up all these kind of roadblocks, and they were like bitching about Microsoft buying them and them owning Call of Duty and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
It's just bitching and well, like I know they're not going out like this. I know they didn't just really put this shit out there like, oh, this is gonna ruin our business.
Yeah, it's almost like the Helen Lovejoy. Won't someone think of the children type of defense?
Yes.
Like they're full of shit when you're pulling that line out because you don't have anything else better.
Too. Let me read what it said. Sony argued that the deal would have major negative implications for gamers, and that choice gamers have today would have disappeared if the deal went ahead. The deal, in fact, went ahead, and our choices have not. Matter of fact, Sony is the one.
I was gonna say, guess who's getting Indiana Jones soon, baby? You know.
I mean, not only are they getting Indiana Jones, they get Indiana Jones on the 17th, and then 11 days later they get Forza Horizon 5.
So Sony has benefited more from the deal than Xbox.
Yeah, but they're so worried that they want to put on the drama, right, and try to make it seem like it's the worst thing ever.
I mean, my favorite fucking thing about this entire thing is that, Xbox bought Call of Duty, and a lot of their revenue was still on the PlayStation. Like, so much of it was still on the PlayStation. So
Xbox, like, can we get an Uncharted game? We give you all this stuff. Y'all can't get an Uncharted.
Nah,
not even the old ones.
Yeah. They're kind of like.
I mean, hey, can we port those to? Can we port those to natively run on the PS5? Can we do that? Can we do that?
Can we get Lego Horizon? Nah, it's gonna go everywhere except Xbox.
I mean, also wait until Splinter Cell becomes a PlayStation exclusive.
That's gonna be
that would be absolutely hilarious, considering 3 of the old Splinter Cell games were Xbox.
Only Xbox. So. Yes, I remember because I would get into arguments with my friend who had the PlayStation at the time, and how Splinter Cell was better than Metal Gear, because it was just the stupid argument. Because that's what we do. Are you DC or Marvel, whatever. That's all it was. And I was like, no, you don't understand. There's realistic lighting, and it's actual true stealth, not the comic-y weird shit. And then the thing all these years later. You can have Chaos Theory, remastered exclusively on the PS5 Pro.
I can't wait till Sony has the audacity to go to Xbox and be like, look here, we'll buy exclusivity for your game. We will pay you not to release your game on your console for 6 months.
And then no, we're gonna give you a year, because then it's gonna come on PC, and then you can have it come out on Xbox.
Then you can have Halo come out on your console.
Oh yeah, right.
How much would you charge us to pay for Halo to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive?
That's so good. And then when you pre-order, you'll get the Master Chief Armor Edition that shows the Kratos Spartan look.
Yes.
Or then you'll have the Last of Us armor. You'll have all these tie-ins to PlayStation IP that we have now. That's just going to be different armor types for the Spartans in the Halo game that's exclusive.
Can we have that too? Nah, you can't.
No.
Only PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. No. How about God of War 1 through 3? No.
Nah.
Nah. You're not ready.
PlayStation's a piece of shit.
Hey guys, breaking news 10 minutes ago. Spider-Man, brand new day, exclusively in movie theaters, July 31st, 2026. Stupid fucking April Fool's jokes, by the way, just so we're clear. Before anybody thinks that's real. But I will say, it does tag the actual Marvel thing, so who fucking knows?
No, this is going to be, you can't believe anything you're going to see for the next 4 days. It's all going to be.
Yeah, I know.
Social media gets real stupid for April Fool's Day.
You know what?
And it's already dumb.
Also, it used to be only until noon on April Fool's Day, and then the rest of it was like believable shit, right? And then fucking here we go, you know.
No. And Delvin, I hope our friends at Who Would Win come out with some bagpipes tomorrow.
You know what? I'm in the goddamn show now.